Hello and welcome to this mini webinar on Wakelet. I'm very excited to show Wakelet to you guys. If you've ever used Padlet, this is going to seem very comfortable and very similar to the idea of the curation, but Wakelet can do some really cool things that that you might not know of. Wakelet is not, as far as I know at this point, EdLaw 2D compliant. Padlet is, by the way. But you can use Wakelet without signing in, so it does make it accessible for your students without having to worry about that EdLaw 2D piece just yet. It's also a great thing just for you to kind of like when you're doing all these webinars and you're on Twitter chats or you're you're researching stuff. It's a great way for you to kind of organize your life. So think of it as a tool that you can use even more than what you're going to be using with your students. So I gave you guys access to, let me do attendance. Let me do that real quick. While that's loading, I wanted to give you access to the Wakelet, or I gave you access to the Wakelet, and I'm going to walk you through what you see on it, the links that I put on it, how it kind of looks, how it kind of can look from the view only to the editing and the contributor piece, and how you can use this without having students logged in. The whole kit and caboodle I'm going to try to cover in a half an hour. So Wakelet, very similar to if you've used Padlet, is a curation tool, like I said. It does allow you to add anything you want, but it has some really cool features that you may not have seen before. So as I scroll down, I just put a couple different links on it. I gave you a using Wakelet to organize instruction. This is like a how-to Wakelet. So I gave you access to another one that I didn't put together. This amazing Amber did, that walks you through what is Wakelet and walks you through all the different parts that I'm going to kind of cover today. But if you want to go back over it slower and in more detail, Amber's done that for you on this great Wakelet that she has. And you'll notice her Wakelet is set up in a different way. This is the stream view. Mine is the grid view. And then there's also a mood board and some different things that I'll show you as we go through. The second link that I gave you is a Twitter link, and you are able to add Wakelet at any point to from a Twitter chat, and I'll show you how to do that if you're a Twitter user. But this is going to explain the Chrome extension that I'm going to show you in a little bit. As I scroll down, I have some other information from Twitter. I have this what is Wakelet that just kind of be like, it's just a paragraph that I kind of put in on what it is to show you how that kind of works. I gave you 5 video tutorials. And then this one I thought was great because I'm doing this whole thing with Bitmoji scenes. I have a webinar coming up on it, so I've been researching it. But here's one that does the Bitmoji scenes that I've been talking about and how to create, but it's on a Wakelet. So this is a Wakelet not about how to do Wakelet, but a Wakelet on how to create your virtual classroom. So I thought this might be something fun for you to take a look at. So I gave you access to that one. I also gave you the remote learning collection. This comes right from Wakelet as far as ways to use their tool.
Hey, Laura,
yeah?
I don't think we can see your screen presentation.
You can't? Well, here I am going through it all and you can't see it. Let me share again. Maybe when I did attendance, it popped me out.
Just so you know, I had to take my attendance extension off because it was interfering with so many things. I think I might have asked you about it. I was getting this spinning circle where I couldn't add participants to my meeting.
Yes, I remember that.
When I removed attendance, it started working again. So it was really wonking with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I had to as well. And then I was able to bring it back. But the fact that it's gray, I'm worried about. Oh no, it's still red. I don't know. I've had to take it out and put it back in as well. I do think there's something a little wonky with it. I'm with you on that. And then there's some other resources here for Wakelet. So you can kind of see how this one is set up. But let me show you the magic of Wakelet. So right here on my screen, I have created this collection. I can add my contributors, and you can do this through a link, through a QR code, or even just an actual code. So you can send it to your students any way you want there. You can also add them by personal email or even by their name. Anyone that you follow on Wakelet, you can do that with. You can also add in contributors, and then if you had other contributors here, you can manage what they're able to do right on the screen here. The share button at the top allows you to, again, get the QR code, share this right to Google Classroom or Teams or Facebook, wherever you send things, or just copy and paste the link as you need it. In the 3 dots, you're able to embed it onto, you know, a website. You can get it as a PDF. You can change whether or not people can see it or not, or you can delete it. So you always have that option. At the very top, if I click the Wakelet at the very top here, it brings me back to my dashboard. On my dashboard, I have all of the Wakelets that I've created as my first ones here. And then on the left, I'll see me. I'll see the people I'm following and my followers. And this is, again, you choose whether or not you want to follow people or not. That's completely up to you. It has all my collections. These are ones that I've made. Anything that I've bookmarked. So whenever I see something I really like, I'll bookmark it and it saves it in here for me. So these are all different Wakelets that I've bookmarked throughout time are in here. And then any collection that I've worked with another teacher, you know, whether it be global or whatnot, are all going to be kept in the group collection. So anything that's kind of an open Wakelet is going to stay here. So you can see I use them a lot for when I go to webinar, or not webinars, when I go to conferences. I've used them on webinars too, but mostly in conferences I'll do that. Around the holidays, I worked with another teacher out in Buffalo, and we did the alphabet A to Z. So you can see the whole alphabet. Each one takes you out to a link it takes you out to a Bunsey that has a link for things that we were doing for the entire alphabet. So just a different fun way to do that. All right, so you always have that. But the cool thing is, not only do you have your dashboard, which is your dashboard, if I click on my name, it brings me to my website or my Wakelet site. So I created my header. I have my little profile of all the little badges and things that I have. And then I have categories. So see on the left, I have these different categories. These are my public-facing Wakelet collections. So anything that I want, I'm willing for anyone to take and share and use however they want, I can have it as public-facing. A lot of administrators are using this with their newsletters and resources. There's this one kindergarten teacher. She has the categories on different subjects. So the parents have access to all the things she normally would do in class, all here listed as a public-facing organization for them. And as they scroll through, they'll see each of those links as each individual Wakelet. So there's tons of ways to organize your material. So let me show you what one individual Wakelet looks like. So I'm going to go back into Ride That Wakelet Wave in Edit. So we can do that. So I'm going to click on the Edit. And what that's going to do is it's going to put it back into edit mode. Right now I have this public. I can change that to unlisted, so it's only people with the link, or I can keep this as a private collection. I don't want anyone else to see it but me. Completely up to you. In the center, I can edit my image by uploading a picture. They have a built-in library, and it's all these really robust-looking images from Upsplash. I can change the size to be a full, a half, or I can take it completely out if I don't want the image. I can do the same with the background image. I can upload from the library. So like I just typed in ocean or water and found different ones that way. And let's say I change it to this one. As soon as you click it, you'll see that it changes the background. Okay, so they look very pretty right off the bat. You don't even have to have a background if you want. You can have it be white. As I scroll down, you always have to give your Wakelet title. That's important. And then you can put more description. So it could be your directions or your organization, however you want it to be. On the left where it says change layout, I can change this to media view, which is going to put them like so they're one under each other. I can change the layout to compact view, which is going to shrink them all down into like little wedges. I can change it to grid view, which is what you saw mine as when I started. And then I can do mood board, which they had something similar to this in Padlet. So they're all different sizes and shapes, but it kind of uses up all the space as best it can. So you can have it be any way you want there. All right. So I'm going to change the layout just to media view, just so I can kind of organize as I'm going through. You can always turn on easy reorder. And what that does is it shrinks everything down so you can click and drag. So maybe I want this to be first, so I can click and drag it right to the top. I can say, you know, I want this one to move down. However I want to do it, I can organize and reorder very quickly in that easy reorder button. But I can still do that within. So let's say I wanted to move this down. I just click and it will shift down however I want it to go. So how do I add things? Because that's the big question, right? If you click on this plus, you get lots of choices. You can paste in a link. You can add in text, a video, your tweets right from Twitter, any bookmarks that you've saved. Any images, you can upload a PDF, anything from your Google Drive, OneDrive, and you can even do a Flipgrid video right into right here without having to actually even start in Flipgrid. So here, I'm going to hit this. Hello and welcome to Wakelet. I'm so excited you're here. And I can even add in a box and do different things, whatever I want to do in here. When I'm happy with it, I hit next or I hit redo, and then it will post this video. Hello and welcome to Wakelet. I'm so it would, oh, I take a selfie. I have to smile, right? Hit next. It drops that video right into my Wakelet. So now I have a Flipgrid video right in here without ever going out to the Flipgrid site. So if you wanted a video of yourself for your students, if you were giving them this Wakelet, you can put this right in. The students can listen to it and do whatever they want to do there. So I'm going to delete that out. The other great thing is if you're sharing this with students, as long as they're not logged into Wakelet, there's another button that will show up and it says create a collection. So they can create their own mini collection without being logged into Wakelet, and then they can send it back to you. So if you say, give me the 3 websites you used for your research, they can create a mini collection Wakelet without logging in and then paste it back. That's only available in that incognito or without being logged in feature that's available to you. So you can add anything in, and it's really easy to add different things. So let's say I went out to Wonderopolis, because that tends to be the one I go out to when I'm showing things. All right, and I've got this website here. I'm going to grab that link. I'm going to hit Control-C or Command-C, depending on what device you're on, and I'm going to paste it in. I don't even have to hit Enter. Immediately, it just shows up for me. This one happened to have an image and it has some words, but you do have an edit button that I can add anything in. Please read the article about trees. And then, you can do whatever. You can change the image. Maybe you want to choose an image of a tree. So we'll grab this one. And then when I hit done, it will change it with all of my information on it. So even though you're grabbing a link from the internet, you can still edit it to be whatever it is you'd like. All right, I'm going to hit delete out of that so it's not in this collection. Again, with any kind of text, I can type in, I can add headings, I can do bulleted lists, I can center, the normal things that you would get with a basic font. I can still add links in here. So if I put in that Wonderopolis, I can still add that in as a link within here, but it just keeps it within that content instead of opening it up as an image on there. And I can do whatever I'd like with that. So you can really go through and add in any of these items. If you have an image that you want to upload from your library, let's see, I wanted this one. I don't know why I would, but why not? I grab this image. This is the one I use as the background for my s'more today. So I've got this image. I can always put that in. When I click edit, I can still add in information used for s'more or whatever it happens to be. I can add in credit. Took this photo, which I didn't, but blah, 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 and do that kind of thing in there. So you can always add information to whatever it is you load in. So how would you use this? So now you know what you can add, right? But how would you use it? So I'm going to click done on this one. I'm going to show you how I use Wakelet. So let's say I'm going to show you how I use it with the Chrome extension. So let's say I open a new tab. I don't open up to Google like you do. I open up to Wakelet, and this is completely by choice. I use this Chrome extension a lot. And what's nice about it is, let's say I just finished a webinar and I've got 12 different links open, and you can see them all listed down the side. I can create a collection from all of my tabs. So your student spends half an hour in class, or half an hour online looking up all these resources, has all these tabs and doesn't want to lose them. They open Wakelet up in that next tab, and they click create a collection. It will grab all of those tabs I have open and link them right in. I don't know why I got an error message. We'll just X out because it's still linking them. So you can see all of the resources are now listed here. Everything that I have pinned or I have opened is all going to be listed here. I can add a cover image by choosing from the library, and I can choose anyone I want. It doesn't really matter. And then I can say tabs from 5/12/2020. I can add in a description, Wakelet training. I can choose to keep this one private because I probably don't want to share this one out. I can still add in more information. So if I had some different things I'd like to do, I can do that right from there. If I don't want something, like I don't want my Gmail maybe in there, I can take out those couple that I don't want, and I can leave all that information there. All right. And then I've got this one that I have. I can choose whether or not I want to enable a copy so other people can take this and use it. I can add in my background image, again, choose from the library. I'm going to choose that same picture again, just so you can see the layering effect that it can do, and you can see how it works in there. All right, so questions before I go further? Coming back to you guys. Now that you can see my screen. Questions on Wakelet? None? You guys are always so quiet. Yes.
No, I have a quick one. So I know you said it was your home screen and then you had all those tabs that were open, because that's what I especially need it for. How do you get that if it's not your home screen?
So you would get the Chrome extension. So if you go out to, I'm just going to type in Wakelet extension. It's going to open up in the Chrome store for you, and you're going to click on install. Mine's going to say that it's already there, but you can add it on. It does take a little getting used to, because every time you go out, it opens to Wakelet. It doesn't open to Google. So now if I have to search, I have to type in Google to go back into Google. So some people hate that every time they open, it opens to Wakelet. That's completely up to you. I've had people who are like, yeah, I can't stand that. I take it. I don't want that there.
Is there another way, if it's not your home screen, to get it to save all your tabs just from Wakelet?
Yep. So the other nice thing, let me go back here. So right here, see where it says want to turn off the Wakelet tab? You click the find out how at the top, and it'll walk you through how to disable that, and you can take it out. You don't have to have it on there. So that's completely up to you, but you watch the little video. Here, I'll even show you. It's only 23 seconds long. So what they did is they right-clicked on the Chrome extension, and then they clicked on, what did they click on? Let's go back because I forgot already. I like it, so I haven't turned it off. Let's see. Options. Options, there it is. All right, and then I can shut this off. All right, when I shut this off, when I open a new tab now, it goes back to Google. Okay, but then I still have the Chrome extension on there. And why you might still want that is, let's say I was in Wonderopolis here, and instead of having to copy and then go back and paste and toggle, I can click right here on my Wakelet button, and I can say, you know what, I want you to save it to this one, or whatever one I want to save it to. Maybe I want to put it in this one. I click save, and it's going to save it right into that collection. All right, without me having to leave the website. Really nice. And if I have that Wakelet Chrome extension on there and I'm in Twitter, this is my work Twitter one, you'll see right here, let's say I really wanted this one from Deanne. I have a Wakelet button right here, so I can click on it, and it's going to ask me again, where do I want to put it? And I can put it into any of my Wakelet collections.
So the Wakelet button on Twitter, because I actually do save a lot of things from Twitter for school, that will show up as soon as it's, but it has to be, I still have to put it on my phone too.
Yeah, it works on your phone just the same. You'll have that same button if you have the app on your phone and you're logged in. You'll get that little W and be able to save it. Yeah, I save from Twitter all the time because, you know, you don't always have time at that moment to explore further, but you want to keep it. That Wakelet button will save you some time there. So.
And where did you click on the Wakelet page to create that list of tabs? Could you show me that again?
Yeah, so if I have Wakelet on, so let me go back in and turn it back on. Options. I turn this back on. Okay. So when I open a new tab now, it's going to open up my Wakelet, and then you'll see it right down the right-hand side. Yep. I just click on the very bottom where it says create collection with tabs.
Click. Oh, okay. Good. Got it.
Yep. You got it. Yep. Yeah. So it's great. And it does it immediately for you and then saves it. And you can keep it private. You don't have to do anything else with it. And then because I created this one and I have no interest in keeping it because I just have crazy things up, you can delete out these by opening it up and hitting delete collection, and then it will disappear and it will take it out. So once it'll go away when I refresh. The other resources that you have available to you, which is really kind of cool, is up in Wakelet on the top, you do have a search feature. This will search all over Wakelet, not just your own collections. You have Surf School, which are going to be how-tos for you on how to do different things. So they have an educator guide right at the top, which will walk you through every step of the process. And then they give you an idea as far as how to use Wakelet for different things. So, and then there is actually, if you want your students to create accounts, they can actually become like Wakelet ambassadors, student ambassadors. They have that as a program for you if you're interested. I'd be wary of that until they become EdLaw 2D compliant, but it is available to you. And then they also have a showcase. And what the showcase is some of the Wakelet collections from around the world that others have done. And I grab these a lot because they're great, so I can grab any of these. And these are from some top Wakelet ambassadors. I'm a Wakelet ambassador too. That you can find, like Tracy Piltz is great. She teaches kindergarten and she's ed tech. Marie is the CEO of Bunsey. So, really great people are out here with really great resources for you. If you're interested in Merge, that's there. And then if you don't like any of the ones here, you can still use that search button. So if I go back into Wakelet and I click on search, and let's say I'm looking up Bitmoji, because that's kind of the new thing right now, right? I click on that. It's going to show me lots of collections of people that have put Bitmojis on. If I'm not sure if it's a good one, I can click on a person, like, I don't know, Jessica Carlton, but she has 27 items in her collection. I want to check her out. I can click her name, and that's going to show me her front-facing page. So you saw mine where I had my picture and all of my information along the left. Here's hers with all her information along the left. And then I can see some of her collections. If she looks like she's, hey, somebody I definitely would like to follow, I can click follow, and then I follow her, and I'm going to be able to see her information. And whenever something new comes up, I'm going to get a notification saying, hey, Jessica just made another thing public. Would you be interested in that one? So I got a lot of tabs open now. So you can always use that search feature for anything you're looking for. So let's say you're doing, subtraction. I'm even going to go simple like that. You might see some different collections that teachers have put together about addition and subtraction with some activities to do. So you can look at different activities that students might have based on there, right in there. So, and you, like I said, always check, because students may have put things on here too. So before you're just like, oh, that's a great one and go, make sure you check it out and know that it's an okay, resource for you. So anything that you're interested, you can do that. Wakelet is always going to bring you back to your home page. And if I go out to my group collections, I want to see if I can show you what one teacher did. If I can, not collections, bookmarks. No, let me go to following. Let's do it that way, because I have some good people out there. So if I go out, I just want to see if I can find her. The idea of me actually finding one out of my 57 people, though. Mizba is the guy from Wakelet. He's great. He does a lot for us. Francesca is Bunsey. Here, this one is, she's an administrator. She's a principal. And what she does is, this is her homepage that she has for her school. She has a picture of her school, her information, and then she does these weekly things, which I don't think she does anymore because I haven't seen them since, maybe she changed jobs or something. But you can see all of her this week's, all her special events, any information that she wants to give. It's all organized on the side, so you can see all of her information that she sends out as a principal. So that's an example of one. This one, is it her? Yeah, so this one, she's a kindergarten teacher. So here is her information. And then down the left-hand side, here's her reading resources. Here's her math resources. Here's the homework students have, her Go Noodle page. So this is all resources that she has available for parents to be able to go on and be like, here's some information on sight words. When you click on that, this Wakelet collection is going to have some sight word activities for their students to be able to do at home. So she keeps everything organized that way. And I thought hers was great that way, because it's just a one-stop shop for parents with all these different information things that you might need. So she's got e-learning Wakelets in here. Here's her different weeks for each lesson. So this is e-learning is obviously since she's been home. So here's her week 8 math lesson. So this week they're doing flat and solid shapes. Here's all the information they need for that flat and solid shape. So pretty robust. They'll have it for the week to kind of go through for their coronacation, as she's calling it, for different things for their students to do. Any questions? Excited about Wakelet? I hope so. Yeah, it really is. And, play around with it. I mean, I gave you a ton of information. It is very Pinterest-like. You are absolutely right. But in Pinterest, like they make you click things like 4 times, Wakelet's once. And I think that's kind of nice that way, that it lets you do that. And Wakelet can be used for students. So advantages of this over Padlet, it's free. Padlet is not free. It has some more flexibility in what you put in and how things work, like Bunsies. If you create a Bunsie, the animations stay right in Wakelet. The Flipgrid part of it that you can do videos right in here, right in Wakelet. Yeah, there's so much you can do with Wakelet, and I'm with you, Beth. It's a bit overwhelming at first. I would play around with Wakelet. I would use it for yourself. I wouldn't even worry about it for kids just yet. I've had some teachers, like especially middle school, where they want to curate the research materials. They'll create them and just have students click them as links. So they're just sending out, instead of sending a Google Doc with here are the links to use, they send it as a Wakelet. So it's a little bit more organized looking, a little bit more visually appealing. Start small and build from there. Follow them on Twitter because their updates are pretty often, and it's a very lively group if you're out on Twitter. Yep. So check it out. And, as always, if you have questions, please ask. I'm here to help. I'm going to stop recording. I think we're at our half-hour mark, right? Yeah.